Best in the corner is able to spray down a player, but he's gone down. It's all up to XMS in a 1-on-2. He only has 9 health.
5 seconds as well.
Pulls it off. It's going to be the map win. It's so close. XMS just misses out. We're going to overtime. Put 6 up against it.
Doesn't commit in though, so soon enough, ScreaM should realize that nothing's going to happen here.
Time as well, Ven. It's starting to get down in towards 10 seconds. They've got to move. All Sixer really needs to do is maybe land 1 kill. That could be good enough. Going to switch to his P250. He's playing this smoke perfectly. Even though Keef's got the frag, it's just down now to the P250, and it's going to run out of time anyway. Envious.
Really have to commit to selling the fake, really, in many ways. Otherwise, it's not going to be anything that Envious bite on.
But to be fair, Envious have now over-rotated pretty hard.
But then you see immediately, like, as soon as there's no follow-up on this, the one shot, the immediate rotation comes in. Sixer only needs to find 1 frag, and he does.
Could be finding more. There's a second. Envious on the brink of winning the map. ScreaM from the side will sideswipe Legia and God B 1-on-4. Bomb is down. Time is ticking away. This would be one hell of a clutch if he could pull this off. He's being shot from the backside. And Envy and Adren and Hobbit, the 2 aforementioned B players now have got to try and rummage together some kind of a masterpiece if they want to reclaim this site, which was once theirs.
It's going to be really difficult as well. No defuse kit, so that puts a timer on them in a big way, and no nades really either. So how are we going to actually deal with Edward and Pitt? It's going to be a tough nut to crack here. See the Hobbit moving on up. It's going to get spotted out by Edward, and even though Zeus gets the frag, you can see the crossbars are set up for Na'Vi, and there's no chance for Edren to actually do anything in this kind of scenario. Does eventually find Electronic hiding players off guard here to even the numbers. Can't really fault him for that in a situation like this.
With Dozier's rotation, they know it's going to be A now. So Mo's going to do what he can, and Flamey didn't even have a gun out there. Mo's managed to get 2. In the meanwhile, both Dozier and Adren have moved around into position. S1MPLE scratching his head, wondering what the hell just happened. As he jumps down, he gets peeked, but still able to land the headshot. But at this point, it really does come down to whoever lands the next bullet. Both players exceptionally low. S1MPLE trying to play with the bomb a little bit, throws out the smoke, gets caught with his pants down, but able to spray with the M4, and S1MPLE gets the clutch. Na'Vi to make sure they didn't give him any opportunity to get that bomb, and it's going to be a massacre. There's nades flying, there's bodies going up in the air. S1MPLE with a double frag with the grenade, and we'll finish off. But if he can take down the first player that peeks him around the corner in just a few moments' time, it's on the cards, and there we go. Electronic's got to go by the wayside. It's all about the AWPers now. Flamey does have a kit, and he knows where Mo is. But to get him out of position here is going to be hard. It's not as if he has a Molotov or a HE or anything. He's just going to have to straight up peek Mo, and he's got himself tagged in the process. Mo's missing the shot right now. He's going to land it, and he will do so. It's gone down, and in the meanwhile, Flamey's got himself 2 frags as well. This is completely shifted against Gambit, and one of the worst moments possible. Is Adren able to find some of that form from just a few months prior? He's going to need to dig deep. The AK-47 should be good enough to contend with both these players, but it's more with a bomb being dropped out. All it takes is 1 stray headshot and he's gone.
Smoke actually might play to the favor of Adren here. To kind of isolate himself. It's going to be really hard for Na'Vi to get a dual peek.
Now the smoke is gone though, Ven. Sanctuary is no longer on the cards. He's trying to tap round corners, trying to wall bang as best as he can, but now there's 10 seconds. He's going to have to shift gears. He's going to have to push the go-in button, and he's got himself 1 frag. Only 4 seconds left. He's going to have to push S1MPLE right now. S1MPLE's playing Ring Around the Rosie, but it's going to be the round going.
But they do pick up some weaponry. They do have Kevlar as well, so Flamey swaps out that MP7 for an AK. Definitely packs more of a punch than he's already been able to do a lot of damage to Gambit with that MP7. Adren, though, in a very good position in pit here. We saw Electronic have massive impact.
Problem is as well, no nades, no kits for Na'Vi. I'm gonna have to get a move on. Adren, he lived by the sword, he died by Electronic. Pit, they'll come back to haunt them. Gambit 1 kill away from overtime.
For Na'Vi, for the better part of this, OT still alive with that op and Arch. And Electronic's gonna have quite a few members to deal with here from the side of Gambit. Assuming the pop flash coming out from Mo.
This time he's not gonna get himself unluckily killed. Oh, Electronic with 3. Turning this round in favor of Na'Vi all by his lonesome, but hold the phone for a second. Although it's very low on time, it's going to be Na'Vi winning the round, all thanks to Electronic. Through the shadows, into the fire very much of Adren, Zeus and S1MPLE. I've got the bomb planted, again in overtime. It simply doesn't matter when you've got 16k. Now S1MPLE, can he pull off a massive clutch? There's another one they're lining up for him. He's trying to tap his way to victory. There's another frag. He's actually on for the ace and the clutch as well. And can Mo spoil the party? No, he can't! Simple goes out. Those who's been in this alcove before, but not for quite some time. I don't think they'll realize this. There's heavy smokes down. There's going to be footsteps heard. He's going to try and tap himself through the smoke. Unfortunately, from his perspective, nothing is going to land. And now the pressure is mounting up, but it's going to be frags going the way of Adren. Now Fitch is going to use that smoke as some cover, but he's going to go down to the hands of Zeus, who decides to step things up a mark when his team's back are against the wall. Dozy with a free frag. He's going to be looking for a second. Lands it as well. It's all on Simple. He's going to go for the full-on defuse, but it's going to be a 10-second defuse. That Simple's going to eat this nade right to the face, and he goes down. And that's going to be Gambit taking the match in the 59th round.
Absolutely unreal. Doja doing it in style.
You know, and again, I totally agree with what Jacob said. I think you have to have solid AWPers to be good on train.
Yep.
And Mousesports have two of them. So, speaking of one, Oscar, top of the USP, doesn't quite manage to get anything done, which is kind of unfortunate for him because the floodgates have now opened onto the B site where the bomb has been planted. ScreaM up close with the Glock. He's going to put down Sunny with the help of RPK, who was a monster in the previous game and has been for the last few weeks/months. But it looks like this is going to go heavily in Envious's favor, and RPK's already picked up two.
Is rocking a fashionable hat as well, so joining Chad in that pool.
Getting a free kill, like, that's definitely going to help matters. But the smoke is on the opposite side of the train. It's on top of the bomb at this point. It's going to force Sunny into an interesting position, but Six is there with his AWP. It's actually going to be very close, you know.
Did he actually duck away, which is going to cost him? Yeah.
It's just not meant to be, is it? Rops has just seen the shoulder of RPK peak, but RPK also saw Rops, hence the smoke has gone down, and it will draw likely one of these players out from the A side. They can afford to send a player across. They have a two-player advantage. It's not as if they're going to be massively outgunned. But now ScreaM is going to see more action. Are we going to have any more one-taps into play? Not quite yet, maybe not required. XMS with his M4 sprays down into Sticko. Rops can't get it done, and neither can ScreaM.
One
It's all
player
on
there,
Chris
and
J.
there's a
1 on
setup towards
5.
that
He's
B
not
site, but
very
Electronic actually gets peeled off of his push through Monsters. So now two frags going the way of Heroic and a 5 versus 3. This is going to be one of those fantastic opportunities to just regroup, re-aggress, and use the numbers advantage to overwhelm what's left of Na'Vi.
It's definitely on the cards right now, as Heroic are congregating just outside of the T-spawn. Pop flash into peak for Flame. He's going to spot nothing. There's still so much time left. Doesn't really give them any idea as to what's about to come up against them. Zeus may see a couple of plays, and that could give this away. Yeah, definitely has now. Expect to see the fast rotations from the other two players. It's really how long can Zeus survive for, and the answer is not too much longer. All up to Flamey. There's one, but no more for his endeavors. And now Edward in a 1-on-4 has USP, has Kevlar, but nothing else. Maybe able to get a player as they straggle off the site, but I mean, this is looking almost impossible. We said the same thing about Sticko though, and we saw how that ended up. There's the first, 3 more to go.
A little fresh mag. 12 shots. Unsuspectingly man up close. Will take him. Snappy. A boost towards party, so it looks. Now Simple being distracted by that man does take him. That's Yugi down. Spots another man over here towards short, but the shadow gives way to the shot, and the repeak's good. It's Simple on the multi-frag this time. With a 3K towards EC tag, he knows that Nico's there, and so he stays patient. It all pans out, and can he get the ace?
It's looking good, isn't it? Oh, the commentator's curse. I apologize.
Attack, Electronic should be able to trade if he doesn't get the kills, but an instant headshot changes everything. That's now footing for Maudie to work forward with. EC tag clearing the site, leaves Edward and Simple in the after plant. Both players over towards bathrooms, and again the smoke on bomb, but Simple stops it. Then in there, Maudie trading with one of his own, leaves Edward up close, and he loses the gunfight. 4 HP the difference with still just enough time. Heroic get a step by step, surely, but you know, slowly enough, they got themselves in there, and Yugi. A dirty deagle to kick it off. He falls back just in time to find safety there behind the corner. And so he could be good for another. He is. That's Zeus removed. And despite this just being pistols, only one player on Kevlar, we have Heroic in a 5 versus 3. And after starting to come back into these rounds, this would be an atrocious way to throw it.
Makes it so one-dimensional on the retake. It should be easier now for Na'Vi, but they're actually losing plays at an alarmingly fast rate. It's all Electronic now. Maudie has a kit. He's actually stuck on top of it right now. He can't get to the bomb. This is so frustrating from his perspective. And Electronic is going to be a lot of cover from the rest of his teammates. He's actually going to have Snappy that pushes in as well, but they just go peeking out one by one, giving their lives away for free. They had the advantage. They had the positional advantage. And now Electronic's just going to barrel through for another kill. 3 entries, making a 4th. Electronic is exploding in this round. And Na'Vi could be on the brink of a victory now. It's all down to Nico. He's been spotted, and Electronic is not going to, who gets 2 and drops the bomb out as well. Suddenly, this round is shifting back in the favor of the CTs. The bomb has been retrieved and will be put firmly on the B site. But the man advantage still in favor of Envious. And they do have a smoke that's just been tossed towards the B main side. Hit as well for XMS.
RPK in event position can also be a complete nuisance. They do have a rotation here coming out from Tabson, though, but he's going to get found out just as he's starting to get hope, and all the rest of the Envious side storming onto the bomb.
In the meanwhile, AK headshot to RPK, one of the main men, is down and out. And with 6 low, this puts so much pressure on Happy's shoulders. He knows he's effectively the last line of defense now on the A side. There is going to be a rotation in the form of ScreaM, who actually lands the USP into the backside of Tabson and will even the odds at 3 apiece, courtesy of Keeve's frag onto 6. So now Happy's getting caught from the side, and it's going to be Big who take control over the site. It's a really horrible duel between ScreaM and Nex, and it's going to go the way of the CTs. And now Keeve, again, in another clutch scenario. This time, though, it is a lot better for him. He has a lot more health, he has nades, and he has an AK. And the bomb is planted. Now ScreaM may try and peek him, but Keeve is too fast on the trigger. And our highway control is being taken. They're going to get the headshot onto ScreaM. This is putting a lot of pressure on RPK, but he has big, broad shoulders in which to burden the weight. And he's picked up 3, looking for more. There's a 4th.
little delay
He's
allows
on for the
the
ace.
Dren to
He's not
trade
going to get
straight
it,
back,
but
and
his
now
damage.
Janji has to clutch. So Pistol starts off well, and it is going to come down to this. Bomb planted, both T's on site, and one of them has been dealt with. It is just Hobbit, and it is...
Huge economy, which we saw was effective early on.
Ooh, not checking corners. Moose will make the most of it. Ace has gotten himself one as well, so that's 3 frags back for Rise Nation. But now the B site starts to be in question. But the bomb as well, still towards Cat. That could be a problem. It's also a problem that Doja's 1v3. Somehow Rise Nation, they've gotten themselves into this round, and VSA is...
Unless it's a full-on stack. Right here, they get caught in limbo. Sure, now they've traded out with the Dren's aggression. But Fitch is going to find one with a USP. This should never be happening.
Ace's going to try to cover Ticket, does actually find that headshot, but Hobbit from the corner goes unchecked. He drops the bomb, and up close, Moose then trades. And it's Doja then to find a headshot. 1 versus 1 yet again, with Fitch on a MAC-10 coming in from mid, as Ace should find this plant. He's going to ensure his safety, at least try to with the smoke. And that gives a little bit more time for Fitch to close the gap, but now he's spotted. And Ace just plays patient.
Oh, wait, did he not think he could be spotted?
That was actually Hobbit to miss the first shot as the smokes rain in. Does find Dazzle as this angle's not covered, and Fitch finding kills as Hobbit continues on. Will leave Rise Nation.
Yeah, he's feeling that.
Oh my goodness, Hobbit with a flick. And unfortunately for Janji, he doesn't have his bomb, so he walks right into Hobbit from Rise Nation as well. Just the flashbangs left over, so unfortunately, can't just Molotov off the bomb. Not that there'd be a smoke to respond. It is Fitch then with the next as he pushes forward, getting himself a second kill. And while Ace is able to find one of his own, it's the tap from Fitch that forces the hand. Here comes Moose, and there he goes as well. Rise Nation have lost the round. Gambit picking it up 16-10.
Not long for this world. And that's going to open up A nicely now. It's going to be a forced rotation from Robs, but he's by and large by himself for a little while here.
We'll get into the back of the site as Stico gets closer towards the door, but again, utility here from North Academy is going to help out with the push, and while Rops gets an easy headshot, he takes himself a second. Finally responded back by Mertz, but it's still the 3v3, and Stico is up close here.
Gonna go down though. So all Rops in this round really for Mouse Sports. The only player to get any frags is now all on Chris J. He's seen a free kill into Cyclone, but Mertz is going to side sweep.
So again, all things considered, not necessarily fighting for the round, but at least a little more impact, and now it's the round that's in question. Time is still playable here, but Acor on damage control with a flash going high will flash himself. And Oscar up close with the MAC-10 could still find the kill, but it's the D.
It was looking a bit rough for them when Rops got into the alcove, but since then it's been pretty solid. Stico butchers Burr up through the flashbang. That's going to leave a mark. Flashing over, does land on the player on statue, who is actually very low, so that Molotov could start to become a bit of a nuisance if Acor's not careful. He wants to scamper off. Now the good news for Stico is he has control of the bomb, and there is still time left if he wants to go for the rotation. Oh my goodness, that shot was disgusting, but unfortunately for Stico, he doesn't land the second. That would have put us down into a one-on-one, Acor's only down to 13 health though, and he's picked up the second frag as well. It's now down to just a 13 HP Acor against a 39 Sticko. Pretty much the next bullet will finalize this round. Time is starting to tick down, but again, Sticko around the side is gonna... Back was completely squashed. As I said, the next buy would be very poor, and here we have it with the Scout and pistols. Nearly line up for Cyclone. Did a bunch of damage to Sticko, but the rest of the Mouse Sports are there and in position. Acor with a no-scope is going to connect the shot, but Chris J still has 4 health. And this is the House of Cards coming crumbling down. North Academy need Gage to go 1-on-4 if they want any chance, and it's not going to happen. Mouse Sports in style.